Everybody, welcome back or welcome to the channel. This is the channel I'm going to be covering all things Marvel Snap. So if you want to hammer on like button, subscribe, all that sort of thing, appreciate it. This particular video, what we're going to be doing is talking about some basics, how to climb. So this is Marvel Snap, we'll call it 102 since we did a 101 video. If you want to check out those basics 101, check out the link that we just popped up on the screen. So let's talk about how to climb. So first, we got to understand what we're climbing. There are three ladders, rankings, if you will, in the game. First one that we've got, you can see just above my head, which is at the top of your screen, this little 317. That is your collection level. Okay, I'm at 317, which is not very high, but you start off at 0. And you get different rewards as you climb this. So this is the first one. The second one that we've got, the season pass. You can climb your levels here. Now we'll get into exactly how you have to climb or how to climb this a little bit later. Last but not least, we've got our season ranked rewards. Okay, this is each season, you get a ranking, you start low, you build up. We'll also cover exactly how that works as well. I will say before we get into the specifics, basically to climb these, you got to play the game. You got to understand certain aspects you got to do, certainly, and you got to play the game decently to climb better. But play the game, play in certain ways, then you climb these. And I'll show you some examples. So first, collection level. How do you climb, right? Well, you climb by upgrading cards. Go into my collection here. You can see all of these little arrows and sort of rain falling upwards that is indicating to me that I can upgrade that card. Now, we'll get into exactly what you need to get. Obviously, you can't just upgrade a card. You're going to have to get some mats and stuff. But I will talk about that shortly. So let's just pick a card that we want to upgrade. Remember, I was on 317, and I'll talk about some tips on exactly what cards you'll want to build up to be as efficient as possible. So we have a gray card here we can upgrade. These are the ones that I always encourage doing best because it's the most bang for your buck. We'll go ahead and do that. We get, I think it said 1 level up, which isn't going to do anything for us, but that's what we get. Yay, nice. It's a frame break, it makes your card look a little jazzier. Now I'm at 318. Hey, look, now that I'm at 318, I get a new mystery card, and you get different things as you climb up here: credits, boosters, cards, etc. So let's click the card. What do we get? Scorpion. Now I actually enjoy this card, I will enjoy this card. I don't enjoy playing against this card. So I now get that card as one more thing I can upgrade to climb this ladder. So when talking about climbing this ladder, I showed you credits and boosters. Those are the mats you need. Now, how do you get them? Specifically, how do you get some of your credits? Because those are the ones that you primarily can kind of focus on. So I'm going to go through each one of these. One, as you probably saw in the ladder itself, there's credits. So as you climb, you get some of these credits back. 50, they're not a lot, 50, but you get some credits as you climb. So that's one way. Next, come out to the main screen again. We got missions. You can see above me. We got missions right here. So we're going to click on missions, and every 6-7 hours you get a couple new missions. I've only got 2 showing right now, but these refill. So you constantly are getting new missions, assuming you're actually playing. It won't go over 6, but you can see if I get this one, I get 50 credits. I also get 25 season pass XP, which we'll cover a little later. Now, all I have to do is play 3 cost cards. That's what I have to do to get that. I have to do it 3 times. It's not very difficult. If for some reason your deck doesn't have 3 cost cards in it, either make a deck with one or add a card in it and play so that it doesn't suffer your overall ranking for the season. The other one is play 3 cost cards 6 times. So that one's fairly easy. Another spot that we can get free, or they are free credits from, is the shop. So there are a couple ways to do this. We'll get into the money aspect of it later, and we'll talk about that briefly. But every day you get 50 free. Not bad. Now you could also use gold to pay for some credits, and I'll talk about whether I think you should do that or not briefly. I don't want to make this a pricing video, but you could certainly buy some there. You can buy gold through money to get those. And then you saw up here there were some additional, there's a whole buttload of credits for about $100 US and boosters. So that's how you can get, and again, another offer here, $5, some credits. This offer doesn't necessarily have it. So you can get some credits from the shop a bit that way. Now, for me specifically, I said I'd talk about the pricing. When you're looking at stuff like this offer here, the $99 one, I mean, that is technically a discount based on their base pricing, which I don't like doing that for games because it's based on what they put in here. So they'll put something like this, and this creates your base pricing tied with how much gold it costs to get these credits. Use that to figure out your base pricing. But you know, the base pricing for that $100 is like maybe $143. So you're saving $43 based on their pricing. Doesn't mean that you necessarily think it's worth it. The other part that I just think is this part here, these specific credits. So each one of these, the 121, that's like $1.70. And this 500 one is about $5.71. So do you want to spend $5.71 or $1.71 to climb this ladder? You know, you could get, or to upgrade your cards, right? So it was 500 and it was 500 credits and 150 credits. So you can see on just going from green or uncommon to rare / blue, that takes 100 credits. So that's basically $1, a little less than $1.70. Do you want to do that? I don't know. 500 credits. You know, that was the one where we had, we've got Devil Dinosaur, which we'll actually upload this a little, or we'll upgrade this a little later. This one costs 500 credits that you can see above me right now. So I'll gain 10 levels for that one, which is solid. So do you want to spend $5.71 to upgrade 10 levels in this ladder? I'm at 318. I can get to 328. So basically for $5, I can get 50 credits and 10 boosters right now. I mean, the most I'd get otherwise, I can get a couple items. Maybe it's mystery card and credits, whatever. It just depends where you're at. I don't love that pricing. We talked about climbing the collection level ladder to get credits. Well, the season pass does it as well. So when you start off at 1, you can see there's credits here. Now, not all of these are free. Some of these need to be paid to get. You have to pay the season pass to get them. Also note that in your missions, you do have some season pass items. These, I don't think ever give you credits. It's typically just season pass XP. So we showed this a bit earlier, being efficient. When you have an upgrade for a gray card, yeah, the amount of credits and the amount of boosts per level is technically, well, actually the boosts are the same no matter how much you do, but the credits is about 10 times greater at this level than any other levels. All the other levels are the same. They're all the same. But every opportunity you have a chance to upgrade a gray card, it's the best use of your credits. Now, there's one other efficiency thing that you could do if you're really wanting to min-max those credits, is I would recommend taking up a card that you really like. In this case, I really like, you know, Devil Dinosaur. I just think it's a fun card. I've already got it up at, what's it, Ultra? And I can take it to infinity. Now I've got the 500 credits. I've got the 50 boosters. So I'm going to go ahead and upgrade this. Now, when I do this, it goes to infinity. And when you get an infinity card, it's the max quality. Yay. It's like super, like fun. It's a little glowy. Doesn't change any power about the card. I get 10 levels on this, which is great. We'll go ahead and collect those. And you can see how this is sort of glowing in the bottom right, or a little bit above me, and in the bottom corner over there, it's glowing. So I click this and it gives me another base card. Okay. It's another gray. So it's like, okay, I claim that. So now, because I took that up, I have another card. Let's make sure our filter's on for all variants. When I'm down here, I have another card that I can play to build up in Devil Dinosaur. So that's sort of like whatever. It's like, see how that background's like light gray and everything? This background is, you know, colored. But as far as ladder climbing goes, I just want it for this. Most efficient. I climb that way. And then I'm not going to mess with this one anymore because I'm not going to build 2 Devil Dinosaurs up. But I got that other gray card. I get 1 more level. Yay, I'm being efficient with my mats. So we talked earlier about the season pass up here right next to your avatar. Climbing this. This is the other ladder. Now, to do this, again, come to missions, and it's at the bottom portion here. Each season will have these different chapters where you'll get different little missions. You can see mine. I've done most of mine. They unlock at certain times, so you can't just finish it. I sort of like how they make it so that it stretches it out there, so you're not, you know, playing a game for 24 hours straight just to get everything done. I do like seeing that. Now, a thing to note here is that regardless of what your level are, so like you just want to get these missions done. They range again from just doing the general stuff similar to what you've got up here. It might say discard 3 cards. It might say destroy 3 cards. It might say play a 4 card. Just do what those say and you get the points. One of the things that I want to focus on here in the season pass is, now there's a premium version of the season pass, and that premium version costs $10. Now you can't see necessarily which one of these I paid for or come with the premium pass. I, of course, if you've ever followed any of my content, of course, I have a spreadsheet based on this, and I'm going to talk to you real briefly about the free version versus the cost version on this one. Ultimately, I think the free one is pretty solid. You can get a number of things. It goes up to level 50. You will not get any cards without paying. I'll tell you that right now. You don't get cards. You can see these little locks. You don't, I mean, that's locked, but you see the free here. That indicates which ones you get for free if you're wondering. So you can tell this card, you don't get that for free. Pretty easy to finish this thing. I've just been playing, you know, a number of hours a day, I guess, just whenever I can. Maybe I'll play a game here, play a game there. I'm at level 49. Everything after level 50, like I mentioned, is free, so that's nice. Ultimately though, like I said, if you want to get the cards, you definitely have to pay. If you're generally curious about what's free versus money, I mean, you're going to get 2,300 credits for free, no matter what. You're going to get 300 gold. You're going to get 85 boosters of some people or another on it. If you want to get the cards, you got to spend. There's 4 cards in this particular one. You got to spend to get those. There were 230 boosters, so quite a bit more boosters. There's a bunch of miscellaneous stuff like titles and avatars. You can get 3 of those in the free version. There's like 9 of those in the paid version. Credits, you only get 300 extra credits for doing the paid version. It's nothing. But you do get 900 gold for the paid version. So really all it comes down to is if you want some extra boosts, some extra gold, and the cards. It's really, to me, comes down to the cards. If you want the cards, you got to do the pay or wait until they actually release them in a ladder. All right, so last but not least, on your screen here, right next to the play button, you've got another ranking. This ranking is the season ranked rewards. You will start off all the way at the bottom here and build up. I will say these early levels are fairly easy. I believe there's a number of bots in it. Again, you get, I didn't mention this earlier, but you also get credits from here. So another spot to get credits, some boosters as you level up. Now, how you level up, it's all about how many cubes you get per match. I'll get into that. It's about winning and losing and knowing how much you risk. I'll mention this a lot every time I cover this game. If you've ever played Texas Hold'em, that concept sort of applies, or a tournament in Texas Hold'em where you need to know how much to put in or risk on certain hands or plays versus going all in on something you might lose on. So that way you basically lose all your cubes. Now, the nice part about this is every match in this game, the most cubes you can lose is 8. So it's not like you're going all in per se. So you can climb this up, get the rewards. I'm working towards 70, and the rewards aren't insanely game breaking. I mentioned in the other video that I did, but they're nice to get, and it's just cool to say you got to infinite. I just, it's something I want to try to get to. You get a new title. I'm really, really dirty. So like I mentioned, this is all about knowing when you have a winning hand and keeping your opponent when you do. And also like trying to figure out what possible losses you have. I don't want to get into a whole Texas Hold'em type mentality or poker type mentality, but it does apply here because you don't want to lay down a big bet, or in this case, snap, and then have your opponent, run away, because then you might not get as many. Like if you waited till the last hand, and sometimes it's important to know when to snap. You might want to snap right away, so that way you're guaranteed 2 cubes if somebody leaves. Because if you snap on the last, basically the 6th turn, which is you get 6 turns in the game, and all of a sudden they realize they can't win, they're going to escape, and you only get 1 cube versus maybe 2. So it's something to definitely consider. Now, if you can get them to stick around through the 6th turn, and either you snapped or they snapped, you could get 4. If you both snap and stick through that last turn, then whoever wins gets 8. But whoever wins get 8 means you lose. If the loser gives them that 8. So that's where the cubes like come and go. So you've got to be really wise about when you put them in there, and there's no shame in escaping. If you don't think you have a winning hand, or you don't think the RNG has gone your way, just leave. Just leave. Or if you've seen somebody who snapped at a point where it's like, I'm not willing to risk, you know, anything on this, or seeing this one play out, I'm good. You've got to know when to do that. So you can see here, I'm on level 62, and I've got 4 out of 10 cubes into that level. So I'm not going to show you a whole match, but I'm going to show you how this changes when I win and lose. The quick version is it goes up when I win and it goes down when I lose. So here, this is a hand I cannot win. I'm going to retreat, as we've both snapped, but there was a swap for your hands before turn 6. I know I'm going to lose. So I'm going to lose 2 cubes here. So I retreat now, and you will see that my total will go down 2. Now, if I were that person, I might have considered not snapping, because I didn't necessarily know. I mean, like, it's pretty obvious that I wasn't going to win there, but I might have played, which would allow them to get 4 cubes instead of 2. So you can see it went from 4. It was quick, but I had 4 out of 10, and it dropped down to 2 out of 10. And you can see up here, that's the mission stuff pops up as you do it. Okay, so now I just won that one because my opponent retreated. I wasn't super confident I was going to win, but I snapped a turn or so beforehand. You can see I will win 2 out of this. I collect my rewards, and now it goes back up to 4. That's the up and the down of these season rankings. So that's our 102 of Marvel Snap, the basics, if you will. I'm going to continue to do videos on this. I hope this finds... Even if you're an expert, I hope you found something helpful on this. And for those beginners, let me know in the comments below anything you might want to see in the future. Appreciate you making this far. You want to hammer down like buttons, and definitely share with your friends for this channel so we can kind of get it going if you want to help support. I appreciate it. And until next time, hope you have a wonderful day.